Gene Codes, Session 5. It's been quite a while since I've done a session, and so I'm really happy to be back because this is a topic that I'm really passionate about, and it gives me a lot in life, helps me to understand human nature, and helps me to navigate human behavior, whether on an individual level or a societal level or even a global level. I wanted to jump up a topic. I want to talk about the 5 elements for harmonizing life. I had a interaction on Steemit the other day, and it reminded me of these 5 elements. Now, the 5 elements for harmonizing life are not necessarily a personality trait. And it's not something that can help you to understand human behavior, but it can help you to understand human success or human failure. And the reason why I included in the gene codes, apart from being extremely important for understanding how to plan projects, how to walk towards success and understand failure. Being part of the gene codes means that there's something innate within our nature that causes these observable things to come out. So in other words, these 5 elements exist because somewhere in human nature, these 5 elements are manifested when someone is successful, or there is lacking one or more of these elements when a person is not successful, fails to be able to bring a project forward, or fails to be able to bring an idea to fruition. So the 5 elements in no particular order are this: right idea, right time, right place, right person, and right support system. These 5 elements are essential for whatever it is that you're approaching in life. Anything, a work, sports, relationships, friendships, but most importantly, projects. Things that you want to manifest in life. So in order for you to harmonize with life so that you can have a flow, these 5 elements have to be in the right as opposed to the wrong, because you can have the wrong idea, it can be the wrong time, it can be the wrong place, you can be the wrong person, and you most certainly can have the wrong support system. So what is the right idea all about? Now, the right idea for me, that's my world. I'm a man of insight, so I always have ideas flowing through my mind. I always have ideas coming to me. And with these 5 elements, with the consciousness of these 5 elements, I've been able to understand why so much frustration in my life has come to me, because I'm a person who has a lot of ideas. And obviously, being my ideas, they seem like the right ideas. But so many of my ideas throughout life have gone nowhere. In fact, so many of them exist, I probably lost thousands of them. And I'm not joking. I'm literally thousands of them. Because if you think about someone who has multiple, I can have 10 to 20 ideas a day. And they just kind of pass by. And in the past, I have always been very frustrated because, wow, you obviously think you have a great idea. You see the entire picture of how it could pan out, how it could be beneficial either to yourself or to other people, but just somehow it doesn't go anywhere. And that's where the other elements will come into play. But essentially, the right idea is just a useful idea. Right ideas don't have to be scientific. They don't have to be Nobel Prize winning. They don't have to be earth shattering. They don't have to be eligible for a PhD. A simple right idea is just the right idea for whatever it is that you're facing. So I spend a lot of time on Steemit. I'm part of the Italy community. I'm on DTube. So I'm always thinking of ideas. Obviously, I'm in my home. I have my family. I have my loved ones around me. And I'm always thinking of ideas on how to make life more pleasurable, how to make life more relaxed, how to make life more enjoyable, more beneficial, more rewarding. And so my ideas are always flowing. My ideas are always there. So in life, we're looking for the right ideas as opposed to the wrong ideas. And right ideas, if you're a positive person, if you're an optimistic person, if you're enthusiastic, if you are positive, in those positive moments, you will always have right ideas. Now, as I said, there are 5 elements here. So having the right idea is not always what's going to get something accomplished. It's not always going to be able to be actualized. So we have to start with, well, no, not necessarily. Like I said, these elements are in no particular order. They are all essentially important, and they all come together in order to create success and harmonize you with your life. Because this is not just about success and having money in your pocket, and success, having a wonderful relationship and buying a house. That's why I say it's the 5 elements for harmonizing life. Because you are going to do things in life. You were born to do things. You were born to have ideas. And it is your nature and your instinct to bring forward those ideas. So this is something that is innate within us. And it's in us. We will do this automatically throughout our lives. Even little children, look at little children. They always have ideas. Hey, what do you think about this? Hey, let's do that. And what do you think about that? We'll always have ideas because we have a mind. We have a brain. We think. And in the process of thinking, ideas come forward. So what we're looking for is we're looking for the right ideas. Now, there has to also be the right time. Some ideas are just not the right time. You will have a good idea, but if it is not the right time, then that idea will not go forward. The right time is not something you can choose. It's something that indicates for you whether you're going to have success or failure. The right time is not something that you put on the calendar. It's something that I believe naturally happens when all of the other elements are in play. So if you have a good idea and you see that that idea is not going anywhere, then it's probably not the right time. You have to factor in if it is the right time. And often in life, I mean, how many times have we heard stories of successful people who have said, you know, I had this idea for a long time. I've been working on this idea for years. I've been sharing this idea with people for years. And then finally, suddenly something clicked. That something is partially 1/5 of the formula is that the right time finally came. And the right time finally came, again, because all the other elements coalesce. And you can have 4 elements in play, but if one element is missing, if one element is out of tune, is not harmonizing, and that one element may be the timing. So these things are important to take into consideration and to consider, because you may have so many things in play. You may have so many things that seem to be going right, but it may just not be the right time. So then with the element of time, you have to learn the importance of patience, because patience has to do with time. Being patient means allowing time to pass until the moment is right. And in that passing of time, you need patience. Then you have the right place. You have to be in the right place. It has to be the right time. You may have you may be ready. You have the right time. You got your squad. You got your team. You're the right person. But if it's not the right place, the idea slows down. The idea stagnates. The project doesn't go forward. Or because in life we have people who push projects, push ideas, but then eventually they fail. And one of the reasons that they could fail is because it's not the right place. You have to bring your idea to the right place. It has to be the right environment. A place could be anywhere. A place could be a studio. A place could be a park. A place could be your home. A place could be your home, and your home may be the wrong place for that idea. You may be trying to do something in a building where that building is not the proper place. You may be trying to do something in a city where that city is not the proper place, as opposed to another city where that idea, where that project could be embraced. So you have to consider, are you in the right place? And that place could be your home. It could be your office. It could be a place you rent. It can be your friend. It can be your friend's home. It could be a garage. It can be a garage. And at the same time, it could be another city. It could be another country. Years ago, when I was living in Rome, I knew that I was in the wrong place for many of the ideas. We're talking about many years ago. I couldn't speak very well in Italian, and I was very frustrated because English is my mother language. It's my mother tongue. So even my thoughts, I used to always say the language of my soul is English, because within my own self, within my own inner ear, within my own inner mind, I'm always speaking in English. That has changed over many years because now I'm in Italy and I'm very fluent in the Italian language. It depends on what I'm thinking about. The vast majority of the time, I'm thinking in English. I can guarantee you that. The vast majority of the time, my soul speaks in English. My soul communicates in English. And this was very important for me years ago. And even though things were going well and people were telling me, no, Tino, you don't have to leave. Why are you going to leave? You stay here in Rome. Things are going good for you. I had to go because it was the wrong place for me. I couldn't fulfill in a satisfactory way the other elements. I couldn't bring them together because I knew that I was in the wrong place. And in this case, as I was saying, your home, your work environment, your city, how about a whole country? I was in the wrong country. I needed to be in a place where I could speak English. And so a lot of my ideas, a lot of my projects, a lot of what I wanted to do in life was not going forward. It was really stagnated and I was really frustrated. So what did I do? I packed up and I moved to Ireland. I moved to Dublin, where I could speak English. And I spent a lot of amazing years there getting a lot of things done. Having other issues come up, right? Because certain things, when I was in Ireland, I was in the right place. I had the right ideas, but it just wasn't the right time. So some of the other elements, even though I took care of that, getting myself into the right place, I still had some of the other, but a lot changed and a lot moved simply because I changed the environment. I changed the place and I found myself going from the wrong place. Not that there's something wrong with Italy or Rome, but it was the wrong place for me because of the language barrier and the many things that I wanted to do. So I changed country. I went to another country and I found myself in the right place to be able to do many things that I never even thought I could do. But I ended up doing them there because it was the right place for me. Now, the right person, you have to be the right person. Often in life, we have a lot of ideas. And it may be the right time, it may be the right place, but you may not be the right person. And unfortunately, a lot of times what happens in life is that people have good ideas, but they don't share them with the others because they want to hoard the idea. They want to take credit for the idea. And there's nothing wrong with taking credit. I mean, if you are the originator of an idea, that's great. That's fine. But if you are not the right person, then do yourself a favor and share that idea with other people until you find the right person. I mean, look at the situation now on Steemit. I have ideas for what we can do with TRX, right? But I'm not the right person to be able to implement that idea because I don't have skills and knowledge as a developer, as a programmer. So what do? I don't just sit there and say, hey, until I find the developers who are going to agree to do exactly what I say. I just put it out there because I'm not the right person. I have good ideas. I believe that they are the right ideas. Take the TRX, for example, right? We have the Tron Foundation came into Steemit, and that's a wonderful thing. The Tron Foundation, as well as and with Steemit Inc., decided, okay, let's incorporate TRX into the Steemit ecosystem, into the rewarding system. Amazing, great, wonderful. But now I'm starting to have ideas because I see as time passes, no one else is really doing anything with the TRX as we Steemians know our system, rewarding system. We just kind of see these TRX as tips. Thank you. That's very kind of you. That's very nice. But I look at it differently because I say, wait a minute. We are being given this to be able to see what can we Steemians do with this. This will show because look, okay, no, I'm not going to get into the philosophy of I want to stick to the subject at hand. So we have this TRX and I thought, wow, wouldn't it be a great idea? Wouldn't it be the right idea to see if we can make this TRX become an influence token, much like Steem is an influence token? Right? Sounds great. It's the right time. Why is it the right time? Because everyone has TRX in their wallets. These TRX are just, these tokens are just accumulating within the community. And, for the most part, a lot of people they don't really even touch them. They just kind of leave them sitting there. Some people might stake them. Some people might sell them off. But for a lot of people, for a lot of Steemians, those TRX are just sitting there. So this is exactly, for me, this is the right time to have this idea be placed on the table. This is the right place, the Steemit platform, right? This is the right place. Other places could be created, and that's why I'm talking to other people, right? I'm seeing if there's other developers who obviously it still stays with the Steem blockchain, but the other places, right? And what I may actually be discovering now is that Steemit isn't the right place. It could be the right place, but for them, for those people who would have to actualize this, it may not be the right place. So I'm talking to the Symbionts crew. I'm talking to other developers and saying, hey guys, there's this side. But here's the point. I'm not the right person. So I'm looking for the right person to take this idea and push it forward. So we have to understand that in success, in harmonizing with life, you may not always be the right person, even though you may have the right idea. And when you are honest with yourself, you look at your idea, you understand its potential, and then you have to evaluate if you are the right person. If you are not the right person, then please share your idea, give your idea to someone else. Because there are people who can, trust me, there are people who can sit on ideas for 10 years because they just simply don't want to let it go. They're afraid that someone else will run with it. Well, someone else is supposed to run with it if you're not able to do something with it. And then this brings us to the final element. Very important, crucial element. They all are. I know. They all are. They're all important in and of themselves. Because if you have one of these out of balance, you break the harmony. You're no longer harmonizing. And you will run up against obstacles. Things will go wrong. it will seem like a struggle. Whereas if you have all of these five harmonizing, things flow, things move, it's smooth. So the final element is to have a support system. You have to have the right team of people. A lot of things in life you can do on your own, but that means that you are your own support system. But for many, 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 many things in life, you need to connect with the right people. You have to have the right people around you. And the right people around you are people who understand the idea and that are optimistic and positive about the idea. You don't want to have people around you who are negative and saying this is crazy, this is all going to go wrong, and being just pessimistic. That's not the right support system to have around you. The right support system is obviously people who understand the idea, they grasp it, they get it, they're enthusiastic about it, and they have their own ideas about how you, if you're the right person, can actualize it. And a note on being the right person or the wrong person. If you are not the right person for the right idea, give that idea to the right person and then become their support system. Become part of the support system. You see, that way you're still part of this harmonizing. Because if you have the right idea, but you're not the right person, then that right idea can still go forward in life if you put it into the hands of the right person. And then you being the originator of that idea, of course you're going to be enthusiastic about it. Of course you're going to be positive about it. So your role quickly changes and you become the support system. You support the right person. And so you stay in the game. You stay part of it. It doesn't have to be that way. I mean, let's not get attached to our ideas to the point where we stagnate them because we want to be the ones to implement or actualize them, when in reality we may not be the right person, but we can be part of the right support system. Acknowledge when other people are better at doing certain things than you are. If you care about your idea, if you care about your project, if you care about what it is that you're doing, then get the right people to help you, or you help the right people as part of being the right support system. I hope all of this made sense. I hope all of this was valuable to you. And most importantly, I hope you find a way to harmonize with these five elements. It is something that you are innately born with. It is something that will help you flow through life if you check these five elements. Thank you for listening. We'll catch up soon on another session.